our Metals 100 coverage at the PDAC 2024 here in Toronto, Canada. Well, we're glad to have Avino Silver and Gold here with us today. Hi, how are you doing, David?
Very well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a while since we last talked, and maybe you can just refresh a bit of memories for the audience who followed your company or the new audience as well.
Sure. Avino's in its 56th year of being in business. Close to 40 years of production on and off during those years. We're currently operating at 2,500 tons per day, 450 people working at the mine in Mexico. We produced 2.4 million ounces of silver equivalent last year. We're on pace to do between 2.6 and 2.8 this year, but we have a 5-year plan for transformational growth. We want to increase our output. We want to triple it in 5 years.
Wow, that's exciting times. Maybe we can talk about more update, the closest update, of course, La Preciosa, which is really exciting for your company. Can you tell us more?
Sure, we acquired La Preciosa from Coeur Mining in 2022. Upfront consideration was $30 million. 10 cents on the dollar from what they paid in 2013. They paid $358 million. Excuse me. We recently announced we've got the community blessing to put the mine into operation. We filed with the Environmental Department of Mexico to get the underground mining permit, and we've started to break ground there. So we're very excited about La Preciosa.
Yes, and you also recently announced some of the financials. Maybe you can talk a bit more. How does it this 2023 compared to the year before?
Well, we've been ramping up, so it's doing. The mine itself is doing better. Last year, financially, we paid the $20 million to Coeur. We were mining in an area that it was lower grade, and the peso got stronger, and there was key pieces of equipment that were delayed in arriving. So it wasn't as great as what we had hoped. This year we're on track to do much better. We're mining higher grade material. The peso settled down a little bit, and the critical pieces of equipment have arrived on site. So we're seeing improved recovery rates.
So you also announced about the PFS of your Oxide Tailings project.
Yes,
Can you share more with us about that as well?
So the Oxide Tailings project is leftover waste from when we mined in the 70s and 80s. So now we're looking at reprocessing it. So we've grid drilled it, 150 drill holes, metallurgically tested it, and did a pre-feasibility study, which gives us 6.7 million tons of reserves. So we're thrilled about that. That's several years out. That's our big expansion in a few more years. But we're focused on La Preciosa right now.
So let's talk about a bit of your share price. You have a bit of a correction in recent months.
Yeah.
Is that all related to the overall market, or what's your thoughts on that?
A little bit, but also because of Coeur, they decided to sell their 14 million shares. So there was a lot of shorting going on. All of that is behind us. That's been replaced into stronger hands. So we're now bouncing off the bottom, and we expect a re-rating. As we can move La Preciosa forward, we expect the market to get excited and wake up. The net present value after tax with a 5% discount on the PFS is 61 million. That's our market cap, so it's not even factored into the current price. So there's only one place for our share price to go. It's higher.
Great. Well, I want to leave the audience with one more comment. One more question is that usually we know how silver follows gold, right?
Yeah.
Because gold is always the leader of the precious metals. The gold is doing really well. What do you think of silver?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a critical metal. You know, they need it in solar, they need it in industrial uses. It's still used as a form of currency with coins. So I expect with gold making new highs, silver is going to rebound, and with interest rates going to decline soon, you're going to see more inflows. We saw lots of outflows of the ETFs. Now you're going to see inflows. So it's a perfect storm for the juniors because they're a call on the metal prices.
Thank you for your time with us here today, David.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.